What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Mike Lee's Life Hacks COVID-19 edition. In today's video, we are going to be installing manufactured stone. Okay, it looks like real stone, but it's actually man-made to look like real stone. It's a little bit cheaper than natural stone, and it's very easy to install. So let's get to it. First, what you're going to need. I use VBM. The VBM, I've used it on many cultured stone projects. It sticks really good to the wall, really good to the stone, and I love it. Okay, I've tried other ones. They seem to drip. They don't really hold the rock in place, but this VBM works great. So first thing you need to do, get yourself a bag. I know here in California, if you don't have a mask out in public, they fine you up to $1,000. So, all right, I have mixed some up. Remember, you can never take away water. You can always add it. All right, so if it's a little dry, you can add water. Otherwise, you're going to have to add powder. I need a little bit more for my project. So I'm going to go ahead and add. All right, so I've already got my mix. Let's go in and see how I prepared the work site. Okay, so here's my project that I'm working on today. I'm going to be rocking this whole wall over here, around the door, and then a little bit down the side and across the front. So I prepared all my materials here. I have all the stone laid out so I can see the shapes. I have some of the tiles here that I'm going to be putting around the edge. Okay, I'm going to start with that today, but I have them all cut in strips already. And then I have this side here. I have some stone here that I'll be laying out. Let's show you the workout space here that I'm going to be cutting. You got to make sure you set yourself up with a good workstation. I'm using my ping pong table. I got a covering over it right now. You're going to need an angle grinder. Okay, a must. I like the metal bits. I feel like they don't. I don't burn through those like I do the black bits. You're going to need to get yourself a good scribe for scribing lines, and then you should always have a pencil in your pocket. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the bottom row, and then I'll work from there. All right, so here we are. I like to put on gloves because I find that this mortar mix, when it lays on your skin for a while, it does cause a little bit of a burn, so to speak, on your skin. So I cover up because you're inevitably going to get some on your hands. If you wanted to take the extra time and cover your fireplace or whatever you're doing so you don't get any of the splatter. Sometimes that splatter from the mortar mix is really hard to get off. But since this is gel stained, anything that won't come off by a sponge, I'll just go back over and touch it up with the gel stain. That stuff works great. If you haven't seen my gel stain video on how I made this door, check it out on my YouTube channel. By the way, if you like this video, please subscribe. Go ahead and turn on your notifications. Give me a thumbs up. Leave your comments below. So if there's anything you want to see different or a project that you need help on, let me know. I'll get back to you right away. All right. My favorite trowel. I can scoop it with the backside out of the bucket. I could slap it on, and then I go ahead and install it. Okay, so let's take one of these chains here. These chains are kind of tricky. I'm just going to go ahead and spread some butter on it. Go ahead and butter it up. I like to use a nice liberal amount. Okay, nice liberal amount spread on here. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick it on. You will have excess. Any excess, just go ahead and wipe it off. Throw it back in your bucket. Okay, I'll do it my next piece. Same way. Just grab some butter, scrape the edges, and then slap it on there like that. Wipe off any excess right away. This stuff comes off pretty good with water. I want to set it in place. I want to press it down into the wall without squeezing all of it out, so don't press too hard. Okay, got my first two pieces in place. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put in some of the block now. So I'll turn the video this way. Okay. The rock is pretty simple. Find the piece that you want. I have this laid out right here. If there's a flat part of the rock, put it on the bottom. Okay. Spread some on. Focus all your butter towards the middle. Okay. Spread it on liberally, then I take it and I slope it off on the sides. Make sure you have full coverage. Something about like that. And go ahead and press it in. Realize you guys can't see that. Okay, got the first one in. I pressed it on. I just took my finger, kind of wipe off the excess. Now I'm doing what's called a dry stack. Afterwards, after I get everything in place, there is going to be gaps in between. It's whatever you prefer to do. But I'm going to go ahead and take a grout bag. I'm going to fill those in because I don't want the big gaps with this type of rock. If you have more of a linear rock, you could dry stack that up and you won't need to do that extra grouting activity. Okay. You want to have a variation of rock also. If I went skinny, let me go ahead and go with a more of a plump square one. Okay, about like that. I'm using a square one because I just used a skinny one. Set it in place, push it on. Okay, boom. It's just like a puzzle piece. That's why I lay them all out ahead of time so I can kind of build this puzzle so I don't have giant gaps. I want to get the gaps as minimal as possible. So I'll go ahead and let those sit up here. until I have a piece that I need to cut, and then I'll get back. All right, so I got the border all set in place. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish up this wall here. For this little section, I got this rock here. It is a little bit too long, so I'm going to scribe it. I'm going to put it in place where I want it. Like that. Make a little line. Kind of do a rough drawing all the way down straight. And then what we're going to do, all right, so I find my line, which is right there. I mean, this top part isn't level, but I can use this to scribe a line down approximately on the rough side. About like that. And then let's get to it. Remember, the part that I don't want is hanging off the edge, because when it falls, it might break. If you want to use the extra pieces, put down like a pillow or something soft for it to land on so it doesn't break. I know I have more than enough material for this project, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut. I have to flip it over because my blade's not long enough. There you have it. This stuff really does cut like butter. So if you had one of these that was a little bit longer to do one pass, that would be great. If not, I just cut down the sides on both ends to give me a line, flip it over, boom, connect the dots, and I'm in. Let's go see if it works. Okay, for the look that I'm going for, the cut edge, in theory, would be over here. But when you're walking over this way, you can see that edge. So I'm going to flip it over because I like to have the natural look on that side. So let's go ahead and butter it up. I highly recommend putting more butter than you need. You can always wipe off excess. Make sure you have the ends buttered enough as well. Some people just kind of focus on the middle part. All right, about like that. All right, notice how I put it in place. I kind of wiggled it side to side and a little bit up and down. So on the back side of it, it squirts out and evens out the mortar on the back. Okay, the ones that I put down earlier, they're already dried and fixed. If you let it set up a little bit, if you don't like the alignment, like on the top part, you let it set up a little bit first. Make sure you don't wait too long, and then you won't be able to move it. Right now, these have set up. And now I'm able to lift them up a little bit because they were sagging. Okay, about like that. I don't want any sag. I use, for this type of tile, I can use a flat piece of board. Press it on there, and instead of having the tiles uneven, it actually flattens it out for me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this wall, finish it out, and we'll see how it looks. All right, now you can see I finished doing all the rock. I did end up putting a support piece here because those rocks will have a tendency of sliding down. So if you're doing on top of an opening like that, I suggest putting a support beam just so they don't sag. You don't have to sit there and keep pushing them up. Just put a support beam, let it dry, and then when you take it off, it'll be solid as a rock. All right, last step for me is we're going to be adding some mortar to all the joints here. I got a lot of big holes. You can see the hardy backer underneath. So get yourself a grout bag, fill her up. By the way, this stuff, just slightly a little bit wetter than the peanut butter mix that we had earlier to put on the rock. Okay, just shove that stuff in there. Fill her up. Alright, that should be a good start. Shake it down. Now, I've never made a cake before, but this is pretty much the same idea. Okay, you can see, just fold the top, and then boom, starts coming out. Okay, I've seen cake decorators, they twist the top as they go. That way they don't have to constantly squeeze. Let's give it a whirl. Find the grout line that you want of the joint. And all right, so I've never done this before with the joints. I'm having a hard time squeezing it out, so it's going to have to get a little bit more water to it, so I'll be right back. All right, so after experimenting a little bit, I realized the tip was just too small. So I just took a razor blade, sliced it through, created a bigger opening, and I'm thinking it's going to work pretty good. And let's see here. Let's keep shoveling it in. I did add a little bit of water to it. Alright, that's good just to show you. Take it down, you can see it's already coming out. I'd say play with it, experiment with it. The peanut butter mix might have been good. I just didn't have a large enough opening. So let's go ahead and start decorating the cake here. Actually, I like that mix a lot. It goes in really nice. It doesn't run everywhere. All right, there you have it. For this particular project, I wanted to fill the joints in. You don't have to. If you want the dry look, it just happened with these type of rocks, there's a big gap. Anyway, that's my video. Hope you liked it. If you do, leave some comments down below. Please subscribe, and peace out, and God bless America.